I'm struggling right now with, my son Cooper's 10, and they all want to learn off speed. They all want to learn to throw a slider, throw a cutter. And we had Gosman on last week, and I'm starting to mess around with that grip. And yours was it similar to that?
Pretty similar to
these
Gothman's,
three fingers were together.
Yeah, baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get a baseball and look at this. Yeah.
And that because with my changeup, what I was trying to do is basically throw a fastball with my middle finger and my ring finger. Just instead of using pointer and middle finger, it was just these two, and pressure on the middle finger, and like you said with yours, throw it as hard as I can.
Yeah, because and the arm speed's everything, right? Like you see, playing with Kyle all those years, arm speed. And that's, I think, what I learned from playing with Greg too, Maddox, was he talked a lot about that. It's like he would say, you're selling your changeup on arm speed, not on change of speed. It's all arm speed. As a hitter sitting in the box and that arm speed comes in, they can't help but say it's go time when that ball looks middle of the plate, because their brain's been conditioned to see that. So similar to like you're talking about Gossman, it's like, and I would preload because I don't have huge fingers, but cross the two seams. So straight across the two seams, just like this, I lock it in, and then thumb up their finger like that. So you're looking down just like that on the side and on the side. And it was like, it took a little while to learn command a little bit, but for whatever reason, it just clicked right away. And I mean, difference maker. Look at it. It's like 3/4 of a run lower on my career ERA with that pitch. Yeah.
Well, it comes out looking, it's just so deceiving because a hitter will see fastball. Did yours spin a lot, or was it more like because Gosman's he's got a low spin rate on his. And then you see like Williams for Milwaukee, he spins the shit out of his changeup, and they're both equally impressive. So I asked Gosman, like it's almost like, how knuckleball with low spin, the lower the spin, the more it moves. So that's kind of what his looks like.
And what happens is because there's no instant spin rate, it almost, to the naked eye, the hitter sees it as spin. Like, the fastball spinning so much, it looks clear. The ball looks, like a cue ball.
Yeah.
Same with the split. It's coming out with not a lot of spin. And because I'm throwing it there, you're getting like these big horseshoes are coming at the hitter. And it's like we were saying, it's just arm speed. You sell it on arm speed, 100%. I tell all these kids, man, when you're throwing your changeup, throw it. Because even if it's crap and you throw it down the middle and it's like thrown, that hitter's out front. If you choke that off at all, they see that right away. And
that's why I think the guys who throw changeups are and like succeed by changing speeds. Obviously, Hendricks is a classic example, but there's so many across time, like Tom Glavine, another one, where like to throw a change so confidently, like Glavine throwing changeups inside to righties when he got to New York, just crazy amount of confidence. To me, those are the guys that have like some of the biggest balls in baseball, like the guys that just go out on the mound with like 87 and like doesn't matter. I'm gonna throw, because like you're saying, to throw a good changeup, you have to throw it so confidently and aggressively, and it's hard to imagine being out there not having, the natural skill set and talent to throw a 97, all that stuff, and being like, doesn't matter, I got a filthy change, you can't sniff it anyways. Like, that's just so cool.
And I love what you're saying, Glavine throwing inside to righties. So that was another thing I learned is glove side changeups to that side hitter. So if I'm a righty and I'm facing a lefty, right? And I throw a changeup inside to a lefty. How can he, if I execute that, right? And it's inside quarter of the plate, even inside third, how can he possibly keep that pitch fair ever?
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, you can't.
You can't.